Hello, everybody. It's your boy Hookem Picks coming to you tomorrow for Taco Tuesdays NBA slate. We got two games tomorrow, so I'll be having you three picks with honorable mention as well. If you choose to use it, you can. Of the NBA picks earlier that I used that I gave yesterday, one hit for sure. The Jalen Brunson over the game, the the Dallas game. Minnesota game was still playing when I made this video, so we won't know the outcome. And then. Good thing I told you that one play that I gave you, the Miles Turner. What did I tell you? I gave you caution with this play. So he did take the under. I gave you caution because I said, man, he's been on losing. He hasn't been doing good, and this might be the one game. So hopefully he didn't use it at all. And I think I gave you another one with the Joker's over 8.5 assists. That one cashed as well. I think that was the actual another honorable mention I gave. So let's get into today's first picks. Oh, before we do that, yes, if you're new to the channel, also please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below just to get the algorithm going. Before we do that, let's bring up my promo codes as well. So all right, guys. These are the two promo codes that I use for Sleeper Fantasy. It's both. Promo code is Hook'em, all capital and Sleeper. It's a 100% match up for first time users up to $100. They took off the $500 already. Just haven't taken off my thing. And then the next one is Chalkboard. It's another app that we do use. Uh, and with some of these plays that I give you, if you're not too sure, you can always bump them down in Chalkboard. Same thing as Sleeper. I usually give the plays that I give you. I usually give them to you off of my like DGF's Daily Grind Fantasy, the Outlier tool, or my RotoWire, the ones that give me the percentages and what plays to take and advantage of them hitting. So you can always, like I say, with these two apps, they do allow to bump it down. So if you're not quite sure on some of the plays, you can bump it down one, bump it down a point or two, and go with it from there. Because a lot of times, with the tools, the the Daily Grind, Outliner, then they pretty much give you to the precise point, even with the half sometimes, because sometimes you get hooked with that point five. So if you're not quite sure, bump it down a point or two. You never know. I do. There's some times that like I say, I use, I bet on three different websites. So outside of prize picks where you can't really bump it down, like on Sleeper and Chalkboard, I do bump them down just to make sure, because sometimes, man, you'll get hooked with that half a point. All right, let's get to the where I have my VIP. We've been cashing a lot lately. It's called Winnable, and my name over there. You can check it out. It's called Hook 'em Picks. Really didn't post much yesterday. I was feeling kind of, like I said last night. I wasn't feeling too good. Feeling a little bit better now. But you can go check it out. My VIP's over there as well, and it has a day. I have a daily pick, a weekly plan, and I have a monthly plan. That's where me and three other cappers get together. We just give out picks throughout the day, or you could send me an email, and I help you with anything that you need as far as putting slips together: 6 mans, 5 mans, 3 mans, 2 mans, in any sport. We do every sport on there, so just go there, check it out, and it's free to check out. You can download it; it doesn't cost you anything. So those are my those are the three things that I pushing right now: is a sleeper, chalkboard, and winnable. All right, let's get into our first picks of the game. And I'm gonna go with Jalen Williams. he's uh he's very reliable. This guy, I like Jalen Williams. Over the course of the season, I watched OKC games a lot. He started coming out on his own as far as just taking the lead a lot of times when he does have the ball. He's a guy. He's like if you need a bucket or somebody's gonna go get to the line, Jalen Williams. So it's the last 10 games. He's only gone over. I'm gonna do the last. I'm gonna do when he started the series. I like that looks better. So the last four games they did because they swept them. He's gone over four of the last four. So I mean, he's gone three of the last four. My bad. But on that other one, he was right there. He was 19 points. I mean, that was first game of the season. So I expect him to pretty much hit on this one as well. I think it because look at them in 21, 21, and 24. Because uh, SGA he's kind of slowed down his production. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. He was averaging 9 points. I remember I bet on a lot of them this year. He was at 9 points first quarter. It was a big bet everybody always use all the time. And then it's 31 points. He was at 31 points for a long time, and then he would get right around it all the time. Now they got him at 28, so his productions. I mean, but you have other people stepping up, which is good. Like Lou Dortch's production has been very good. He's been picking up. I mean, he's a defense juggernaut, but his offense has been picking up since he's been in the playoffs. Because he was at 9 points in regular season, and he was struggling to get that sometimes. Now he's at 11, and he's been consistently getting around that dude since he started the playoffs. So, I think they're taking a lot of the burden the shoulders, burdening the shoulders of SGA by helping him out. So, I think Jalen Williams. I mean, it's showing right here. All the data showing has been going over. So let me see what the data is. So pick up some more. So right here, he's averaging about 31 minutes. That's what he really averages. That's what he averaged around the regular season. But then since he's been in the playoffs, man, the first game was 40, 35, 34, 37. So he's there. He's getting the minutes. There's no doubt about that. So, and then he's only averaged about 3 attempts field goal, 3-pointer wise. He's shooting at a 34%. It's not too bad. So, and then he's averaging about 38 attempts as far as field goals. So he's about 50%, 56% for the season. So that's not bad. Usually during the playoffs, you just see to step it up. So, that's going to be my first play. It's going to be Jalen Williams with 20.5 points, and we're going to take him on the over. So let's get to my next pick. It's going to be the Boston game, and we're going to do Al Horford. What we're going to do is points and rebounds. As you see in the last, he's gone over this line 2 times over the last 20, and the last 10. And he's gotten close. One game he's the closest he's got was 17. So I think Porzingis will be back, and then especially with what's his name from Cleveland if he's back. Garrett, not Garrett. He was injured. He didn't play last game. If he's back, he's definitely gonna get this because they allowed 7 points to the as far as the Cleveland. The defense is only allowed about 7 points. So let me pick up some more data. Let me see. With or without Porzingis, let me see. That'll help me out better. We'll do with Porzingis, see what he's averaging. I mean, he wasn't even getting this line with Porzingis. And now that he's out, see, this is just regular season. So even with the playoff, he didn't get over even in the playoffs. So I think he'll continue this trend as far as not being able to get it. I mean, the data's showing everything you need right there as far as that he's. I mean, he hasn't even hit it since he's played in the playoffs. So I don't see why he would. Like I said, I don't see why he would start hitting it now. You know, so that's gonna be my second pick of the game. Pick of the day is gonna be Al Horford. We're gonna to 17.5 points, but we're gonna take him on the under. Let me show you guys. See, we're gonna take him on the under. That's gonna be our second. It's gonna be our second pick, and that's what the data for me. I mean, I can show you here as well. On Al I don't know why they think he's gonna go over now. See, I mean, he hasn't gone over here against Miami not one time. The closest he got was 17. You know, now I don't see why they're showing it that he's gonna actually go over. Sometimes these fantasy tools, I'm not gonna say they're manipulative of what they show and what they read. I mean, you haven't gone over. You're gonna play. You're gonna probably play a harder rebounding team in Cleveland. I mean, they have a lot of guys that like to, you know, get to the board. So I don't understand why that, you know, defensively, I think they're a harder team as well. So it is what it is. Like I said, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna follow the data that I think is. I've been reading, especially. I mean, he hasn't even gone over it not once. I mean, say he just ties 17 again, still win by the 0.5. So yeah, so that's gonna be my second pick. Yep. Let's get to my third pick. It's gonna be Derek Jones, and we're gonna go with his 10.5 points, 10.5 points in assists, and we're gonna take him on the over on that play. So let me show you right here why I chose that one. I know he didn't get it on the last one. So yeah, yeah, Mr. Derek Jones. Wow, it's not on the number. All right, here we go. And right here, you can see that he's hovering around there, right around there. On the East, has gone over the last five. Has gone three over the last five. Uh, and like I say, this is he's facing another team. What defensively, they're not a real good team. Offensive against defensive rebounds. Dallas is they struggle a little bit on the board. They had a lot of problem with Zubac and Plumlee as far as getting on the boards. So I mean, that's as far as not Tony. Not bad. OKC. They have Chet Holmgren, and they have anytime they got big guys they like to rebound. That's where they struggle at defensively. OKC does like when they played against New Orleans. I think New Orleans out rebounded them because they had Larry Nance over there. And then they had Joe Valanciunas. Valanciunas was okay. He was always in double. So they're kind of not solid on the rebounding. So and that's what Derek Jones. He's a lengthy guy, and he likes to get on the board. So I think points wise, I think it's going to be a little bit different matchup than OKC than New Orleans is. These guys are a little bit more athletic than New Orleans was as far as getting on the boards at their positions. So I think, and they kind of run a different offense. Dallas does. A lot of times, what I did notice that OKC does, they do key on their main score, and they'll put Luke Dortch on them. So that that allowed Derek Jones and them to kind of move freely around and get their own buckets. Because even with the guys that say whoever you put on them, they're kind of their defense isn't as solid as far as just guarding like guys like Derek Jones, like Giddy, or even Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren's he's more of a block kind of type of guy than just playing regular defense because you can bang him. He's kind of thin, so I don't. They like to spread the floor a lot. Dallas does, so that'll leave him open for a lot of shots because they're gonna with Kyrie and Luka on the perimeter. They're gonna drive and kick ass. What they do. And it's gonna leave these guys wide open. So I think he might get this to some points alone. I think he'll have a big game. I mean, the data shows he can get this by himself with the deal. So he gets one or two assists. He's there. So that's gonna be my third pick. I think other than so. Well, that's gonna be it for today. Like I said, that's gonna be my picks for NBA slate tomorrow. I'm gonna give you an honorable mention as well. I'm gonna actually give you two honorable mentions I was looking at. And we're gonna bring up here this. Let me see, where's he at? Oh yeah, and on this one as well. Say you're not comfortable with his points, you can also go on Al Horford. You can go with Al Horford's just rebounds and take those on the under. I think that's 7.5. So if you're not comfortable with him with his points, you can go with his rebounds at 7.5. You can take that on the under. He hasn't. As far as that, we'll bring that up as well. I mean, he's only gone over twice in the last 10. The last 10, he's only over twice. Uh, and the guys, I mean, in Cleveland, they like to rebound. So you know, I think he'll be struggling rebound, especially his position because he plays. What does he play? He's gonna play center. So when you got Mobley in there, and then even man, I can't remember that guy's name. I don't know if he's gonna be out. Let me check real quick. Man, just my brain's going right now. Where's he at? Jared Allen. There it is. Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen will be in there tomorrow, and I think he'll struggle with getting rebounds with Jared Allen in there because these guys like to crash the board. Even off defensively, that's one thing I do like about Cleveland. Defensively, they like to stay and crash the board. Because I don't know if anybody else has noticed this trend about watching the NBA or just period. A lot of times, offensively, when a team shoots the ball, they don't even try to defend for an offensive rebound. A lot of them don't. I kind of I can't remember what team it was, man. They just all like. I'll tell you who's bad about that. Milwaukee, his brother. Man, that guy would just if he wasn't if he was above the free throw line, he was not doing anything. He was not crashing. I noticed that about a lot of players. If they're not below the free throw line, they're not going to be worried about the offense unless it carries back to them somehow. But like I say, this is going to be one of my honorable mentions. One of my honorable mention plays is going to be for tomorrow, and it's going to be actually Jared Allen. So if he does play tomorrow, we're going to use Jared Allen and I'm going to look at his what my points and rebounds is actually what I'm going to look at. He's not really a big assist guy. So yeah, if we're going to look at Jared Allen's assisted points and rebounds, out of the last 10, I mean, even we go last five, he's gone over three of the last five. So I mean, with the one time, he's always hovering it. So I don't see, like I said, it's gonna be my honorable mention play. So you can and plus with Porzingis not being in the lineup tomorrow, I think Boston's going to struggle to keep him off the board anyways. I mean, they're going to have Al Horford. He's a little bit more agile than Al Horford. I think Al Horford's going to have a lot of trouble. So if he does play tomorrow, this is something you can plug in there. It's going to be Jared Allen's points and rebounds. It's going to be 24.5. I mean, I think he'll probably put Al Horford in foul trouble as well because he does like to crash. He does like to play down low. He likes to bump. So I mean, even when he has the ball. So this is going to be one of my honorable mentions as well. It's going to be Jared Allen if he does play, which I'm pretty sure. I think he is scheduled to play tomorrow. It's going to be 24.5. I'm going to take it over his points and rebounds. Okay, now for another honorable mention, you get the here. That's what I was going to do. Yes. Now, I was gonna use Shy Gill. Just yes, bring him up on this. Let me see where his plays at. Shy Gill. Just yes, my second honorable mention play is gonna be Shy Gilgis Alexander, and I'm gonna take his points. It's gonna be 28.5. We're gonna take him on the over on this. I mean, as you can tell, he hasn't really done much on this, but this one game he had it was right there, and then he had 33 again. But I think with Dallas, he's gonna have to pick up his scoring as far as that, and plus uh, they do allow a lot as far as to the point guards points. I know that they're averaging at least 20 points allowed to the starting point guard, so that's not counting free getting to the line with free throws and everything else. And the guy he can get to the free throw. I know they had a little bit of issue with James Harden. I think James Harden was well above his average, and I think Shai Gilgeous is a better driver and shooter than James Harden is now. So if they struggle with him, they're really going to struggle with Shai. I think he'll pick up as far as his offensive, just because it's going to be they're going to have to shoot the ball. Denver, Dallas likes to shoot the ball a lot, so they're going to have to play with them. They're not going to be able to rely on their defense as much because uh, with Kyrie and Luca, who you going to double team? And when you double team, who you going to actually leave open? I mean, Dallas does have a lot of perimeter 3-point shooters. They're all good. They did lose Kleber with that injury, but I mean, they have other guys that can shoot the ball. So I think it's going to be a fast-paced game because they both like to move up and down the court. So that'll give them more shot selections on both sides. And I think Shai's going to he's going to take over this game as far as going back to his when he was averaging 30, 31. Because I know he had that injury after the end of the season. He was out for a couple of games. So that probably had a lot to do with his output. Like I say, at one time he was averaging 10 points for the first quarter, 31 for the game. And then I don't know if it was like I say due to that injury that you could see that he was casually just dropping his points per first quarter were dropping because that was a big line. A lot of people use that. He was averaging around 10 points, 10 to 9 points in the first, and he was averaging hovering around 31 for a long time. Then he suffered that little injury, or where he had to be out for a couple of times, and so they kind of dropped. So those are going to be my first. Those are going to be my two honorable mentions that I'm going to use. It's going to be Shai Gilgeous, 28.5 points, and we're going to take him on the over, and then we're going to use Jared Allen, and we're going to use his points and rebounds, and we're going to take that on the over as well. So, guys, those are going to be my plays today. So, if you have any questions, anything, drop a comment, or make sure you like the page. If it's your first time, you can use those promo codes, and with those promo codes that you use for first-time depositors, you just take a screenshot, and then I give you a free week of my VIP. Well, guys, my throat's still a little scratchy. It's kind of making me. I don't know what's wrong. I'm probably have to go to the doctor. To be honest, it's kind of hurting. It's starting to hurt a little bit more right here. I don't know what it is, but that's gonna be it for today, guys. Let's get our bets in. Place our prop bets in. Let's cash them. All right, guys. So peace, looking forward, and let's win.